Another treat out here in Brenda's Quilting Studio for you. Let's go ahead and get into it. First of all, like and subscribe. Let's get this out to more people where they can see amazing quilts and get some joy in their lives. Every single day, I'm given so much joy by the amazing quilts that come in here, and I'm so happy to share them with you, and I would love it if you could share it with other people so that everybody could have this delight and passion. Also, when you follow on Facebook and Instagram, you will see pictures of these amazing quilts that I post over there with other different ideas and thoughts. So let's go ahead and get into it. First of all, friends, let me let you know, I take quilts by mail all the time. I am in Yuma, Arizona. It is hot here right now. It's my slower season because of that. Pretty soon it's going to start getting busy, and I will have a flood of quilts, which I'm excited about, and I'm still delighted to take yours by mail. Rhonda mailed this to me. She mailed me 2 quilts at the same time, and we'll talk about that a little bit. So yes, I can take quilts by mail. The intake form is very easy. Rhonda and I went back and forth with a few ideas. She knew basically what she wanted for the design to go on it. She wanted my jungle leaves, and I already knew that, so that was great. And then we talked about a color of thread, and the magenta came up very quickly. It didn't take a whole lot of effort. We both knew exactly where she was headed because she had this fancy schmancy little ostrich gal right here. She's calling it Gila the Ostrich because he's happy, and she's just a fun girl. And then she saw this palm tree right here and knew that she wanted some kind of a palm design on it. So my jungle leaves is perfection. Of course, doing it, like I said, in that magenta color of thread, pulling out so many of the colors she has right here. And talk about colors. They are all over the place. I think she made it up. I think she made the quilt up. She had this fun, funky, fancy, feathery ostrich right here, and it was time just to add some funky fun borders around us. So she's got the inner border with all kinds of fun going on, and then she has this outer border with kind of the swirly in the various colors. Love it. So we have several things to talk about here, and one of it is about the design that she chose. Also, she has this crazy amazing Minky right here. It's so textured, it's so furry, it's so fun. Minky does have a nap, and so I want to make sure that I'm following the design of the quilt in relationship to the nap of the back. Because it has a nap, it's directional. Because I'm doing a panel quilt, it also has a nap, so I need to follow those together. Something to be aware of. Normally, I run the selvage of the backing up onto the take-up bar and the belly bar, but this is a Minky. So frequently I will run the Minky with the selvage on the side, and it does usually run a little bit better. So that's something to be aware of. In this case, it really did need to run on the side also in order to keep everything going the same correct direction. And because the quilt itself is longer than it is wide, I couldn't have turned the quilt the other way. So that's something to think about. We also talked about the batting. I have several types, as you know. You don't need to mail batting. I have so many different options here. With the Minky, I tend to usually recommend my lighter weight batting, and she agreed with that. So that's what's going in here. It makes a really nice batting for a lighter weight quilt that you already have some heavy weight because of the Minky itself. When you have Minky, you will frequently have bearding where the Minky is trying to come up through when the needle pulls up. So that's something to be aware of. You frequently will want to match your color of thread with the Minky to be aware of that. I'll kind of zoom in here a little bit, and you can kind of see how much thicker and furry it is on this center section of that jungle leaf. That's because this darker magenta section of that fabulous Minky backing is trying to beard up through right there. So that's something to be aware of. What to do about it. It will start going down as the quilt gets used and moved around, as it gets washed, as it gets used. Most of that will end up shrinking down, and otherwise what happens is you end up just having the color of the thread to be able to mask it. So it's not too bad when that happens as well. Just thought I would share a couple of thoughts with you. I think I've told you that when you're using my batting, you also just need as much as you're actually going to use, and so that way it's just from edge to edge with a little extra, so it works out nicely. Questions, thoughts, pop something down below. Be sure and follow the arrows when I put them, because that will take you to another one of the quilt getting stitched out. So watch for those in the shorts. My friends, let's have a great day.